Hello, English learners, and welcome. I'm your host, Paul. How are you doing today?
I'm doing well, thank you. Excited to chat about English learning today. Today, we're really getting into something I think is a true game changer for anyone trying to master English. Learning to think directly in the language. This isn't just, another grammar tip or vocab list.
Right.
It's more fundamental. It's about reshaping how your brain actually handles English, unlocking maybe a new level of fluency, of confidence.
That's exactly it.
Yeah.
So many learners, they kind of hit this plateau, this wall, and often it's because of one really ingrained habit.
Which is?
Constantly translating. Everything goes from their native language through this mental translation process and then into English before they speak.
Yeah, I see that a lot.
And it's not just a tiny delay. It's a real bottleneck, cognitively speaking. It slows you down, definitely, and it can make your speech just sound, well, less natural.
Like running two programs at once, basically.
Pretty much. You're building this mental bridge for every single thought.
Exactly. So what if? What if you could just skip that bridge altogether?
Yeah.
What if you could actually think directly in English, the way a native speaker does? We really believe that's the key. The secret sauce, maybe?
It really is.
Yeah.
For speaking more naturally, faster, and with that real confidence.
So in this deep dive, we're going to pull back the curtain on this, how it works, why it's so effective, and, crucially, give you some really practical ways to start, training your brain.
Yep.
Doing it every day.
Little steps.
Okay, let's unpack this. So when we talk about speaking like a thinker, not a translator, what are we actually getting at? What does that mean in practice?
Great question. At its core, it just means forming your ideas directly in English.
Okay.
Instead of, that word-for-word translation from language A to language B. Think of it like, well, the translator is like this bridge, right?
Right.
And while bridges are useful in conversation, adding that step, that translation process, it just adds time. It slows things down.
And it can mess things up, too, can it? Meaning gets lost.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It can distort meaning or make sentences sound, frankly, awkward. Because languages just aren't mirror images of each other. They have different grammar, different word order.
So things don't map one to one.
Exactly. So trying to force one structure onto another often doesn't work smoothly.
So the idea is that the English thoughts should just pop up. Like your brain learns to grab the right words, the right grammar naturally without you consciously translating.
Precisely. You're building direct connections, direct neural pathways between the concept itself and the English words for it.
Skipping the middleman.
Skipping the middleman entirely. Your brain learns to pick the right stuff automatically, just like native speakers do, without thinking about it. And this direct thinking, it's absolutely vital for fluency.
Fluency meaning smooth speaking.
Smooth speaking, yeah.
Yeah.
Without those long pauses or hesitations.
Yeah.
Or that awkward phrasing you sometimes hear. Like the classic example, someone whose first language is Spanish might think, tengo hambre, if they translate that word for word.
They might say, I have hunger.
Right. Which sounds unnatural, doesn't it?
Yeah, a bit odd.
But if you think directly in English, you just access the feeling, the concept of hunger, and your brain goes straight to, I'm hungry.
Simple, natural, quick.
Exactly. So in essence, it's about learning to operate within English, using its natural patterns, not just converting phrases from somewhere else. It helps your English sound much more authentic.
It makes conversations easier over time, too, I bet.
Definitely. Much less effort.
Okay, so we get what the thinker mindset is. But let's flip that. What happens when you're stuck in that translation mode? What are the common traps people fall into? It's more than just being a bit slow, right?
Oh, absolutely. It is. Yeah. And the problems can kind of pile up on each other. The most obvious one, like you said, is slow speaking.
Those pauses.
Yes, those significant pauses while the brain is doing the translation work. It makes conversations feel, well, unnatural, sometimes awkward. And you can even lose your train of thought because you're so focused on the translating.
Right, using up all your mental bandwidth on the conversion.
Precisely. Then there are the grammar or word order mistakes. This is huge. Languages are built differently. So a direct translation often leads to errors, putting adjectives in the wrong place, using the wrong verb tense.
Like, I very like this.
That's a perfect example. It comes directly from translating a structure that works in another language, but not in English. It shows the translation habit immediately, and it affects clarity, not just style.
And vocabulary must be tricky, too, picking a word that's close but not quite right.
Exactly. That's another pitfall. Wrong vocabulary. Learners grab the nearest dictionary translation, maybe, but it might not fit the context or nuance in English.
Lead into confusion.
It can, yeah. or just making your speech less precise.
Mm.
And maybe the worst part, honestly, is the impact on confidence. It often leads to nervousness or feeling stuck.
How so?
If you're constantly fighting your own brain trying to translate under pressure, it's exhausting. It's easy to feel overwhelmed, lose confidence, get frustrated.
To the point where you just want to stop trying.
Sadly, yes. It feels like a huge mental effort, a real cognitive load, just to say something simple.
Wow. So it really is this tangle of issues, the speed, the grammar, the words, the nerves, all stemming from that one habit.
Pretty much. But the good news, as you said,
Is that it's fixable. These aren't permanent problems.
not at all. They're habits that can be changed with the right approach.
Okay, so we've seen what it is and what goes wrong if you don't do it. But let's really nail down why making this shift is so, well, transformative. Why is thinking directly in English such a big deal?
It's transformative because it changes the whole game. Fundamentally changes how your brain engages with English. When you think directly, you instantly just eliminate that need to pause and translate.
So speaking gets faster, smoother.
Significantly faster, much smoother. And that directly boosts your fluency. You're speaking without that constant hesitation because your brain is processing the English thoughts right away.
And there's a brain benefit too, right? Like structurally.
Yes, a real cognitive benefit. Your brain literally forms stronger, more direct neural connections between ideas and English words. It's not just about speed, it's about efficiency and how your brain actually learns and stores the language. It lines up with how we think language acquisition really works best, direct association.
Right. It's like training your brain to operate in English mode. That must help with listening too.
Oh, absolutely. It dramatically improves your listening skills because you get so much more attuned to the natural rhythm, the patterns, the flow of spoken English. Comprehension becomes more automatic
Makes sense.
and maybe slightly less obvious, but thinking directly can even subtly improve pronunciation. You start connecting sounds to meaning more directly rather than filtering them through your native language's sound system.
Interesting.
Plus, and this is huge, it boosts your confidence massively. When you're not mentally juggling two languages, you feel more relaxed, more in control.
Less likely to freeze up.
Exactly. And finally, your sentences just sound more natural, less robotic, because you're not doing that constant back and forth switching.
That explains why so many teachers and experts say the real key isn't just cramming vocabulary or grammar rules.
Although those are important too.
Of course, but the real leap comes from training yourself to actually think in the language.
That's the core of it.
Okay, here's where it gets really interesting. All right, the moment everyone's been waiting for, the practical stuff, the how-to, what are some actual concrete things our listeners can start doing every day? Because it sounds like a big goal. Where do you even start?
It can feel big, yeah, but it's really about small, consistent actions.
Yeah.
The absolute first step is a mindset shift.
Okay.
Consciously decide to stop trying to translate every single thing. Focus on the meaning, the idea, and try to picture it, to feel it, directly in English.
So if I see a tree, I just think tree, not my native word, then translate.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Or green tree, big tree. Simple thoughts, direct in English. Or if you're drinking coffee, think drinking coffee or this coffee is hot. Not the translation first.
Got it. What else?
Another fantastic practice, though it might feel a bit weird initially, is to talk to yourself in English.
Out loud?
Out loud is great, or even just silently in your head. Narrate what you're doing. Okay, now I'm making breakfast. I need to send that email. Describe your plans, your feelings. I feel tired today. I'm looking forward to the weekend.
Forces the brain to produce, right?
Exactly. It makes your brain form those thoughts directly in English.
That seems like a good way to integrate it into just normal life. Any other daily applications?
Definitely. Try to use English in your daily life wherever you can. Small ways count. Stick labels on things around your house, desk, window, mirror. Write your shopping list or simple notes to yourself in English.
Oh, I like the notes idea.
And here's a powerful one. Try to think in English when you're planning or making decisions. Instead of thinking, what should I wear today, in your native language, try to formulate that thought and the options directly in English.
Takes conscious effort at first, I imagine.
It does. And this is crucial. Don't worry about mistakes, especially at the beginning. The goal isn't perfection. It's getting your brain used to the process of thinking in English. Be patient with yourself.
That's a relief to hear.
Also, really lean into immersive input. Listen to English podcasts like this one.
Shameless plug.
Well, yes. Watch movies, read books in English, surround yourself with it. It helps your brain absorb the natural patterns. And a more active technique, active prediction.
What's that?
When you're listening or reading, pause occasionally and try to guess, in English, what's coming next. What word, what phrase. It keeps your brain actively working within English.
Keeps you engaged.
Very much so. And finally, you just have to do regular speaking practice. Doesn't have to be hours, even a few minutes daily. Talk with friends, find a language exchange partner, a tutor, or even just record yourself talking about your day.
It really sounds like consistency is the name of the game, building those small habits.
It absolutely is. It's a marathon, like you said earlier, not a sprint.
Yeah.
But those consistent steps compound over time, and it does become natural.
It's always great to hear about real people, Stories make it stick. Do you have any examples, maybe anonymized, of learners who really turned a corner by shifting to this thinking in English approach?
Oh, definitely. I remember working with a student, let's call her Maria, Spanish speaker. Her English was okay, but very halting, slow, lots of pauses. You could almost see her translating in her head.
Right.
She really committed to the think in English strategies, started talking to herself constantly, labeling everything in her apartment, consciously trying to form thoughts directly in English before speaking.
And what happened?
The change was remarkable. Within, honestly, just a few months, her fluency took a massive leap. She sounded so much more natural, more confident. The hesitations mostly disappeared. It was like a switch flipped.
Wow, just a few months. That shows what focused practice can do. Any others?
Yes, another learner, let's say Ahmed from Egypt, he mentioned that the biggest change for him wasn't just speed, but that he felt less nervous.
Ah, the confidence factor again.
Exactly. He said once he started forcing himself not to translate word by word, it felt like his brain, and this is his phrase, switched on in English.
I love that phrase, switched on in English.
Me too. He said he could suddenly understand conversations better, respond faster, because his brain wasn't doing that extra translation step. It felt more intuitive.
That's fantastic. These stories really drive it home, don't they? It's not just about vocabulary lists. It's about genuinely retraining your brain's operating system for English.
Precisely. And while it takes time and consistent effort, these examples show it leads to really powerful, tangible improvements.
Talking about it is one thing, but maybe seeing it or hearing it in action would help. To show how it flows, how about we do a quick, super simple role play, a real-life scenario?
Sure. Sounds good. What scenario?
How about a coffee shop? Quick and easy. I'll be the barista, you be the customer. Just let it flow naturally, thinking directly in English.
Okay. Works for me. Ready when you are.
Hi there. What can I get for you?
Hi. Can I get a cup of coffee, please?
Sure thing. Just a regular drip coffee. Or something else.
Actually, I think I'd like a latte, please.
Okay, one latte. Any particular milk? We have oat, almond.
Oh, almond milk would be great. Thanks.
You got it. Anything else for you today? Muffin? Pastry?
No, that's all. Thank you very much.
All right, that'll be right up.
Great. See? It's smooth, natural.
Yeah, flowed perfectly.
Because, hopefully, I wasn't thinking quisiera un latte con leche de almendras, translating it and then speaking. The thought just formed as, I'd like a latte with almond milk.
A direct connection.
That's the goal. Listen, process the idea in English, respond in English. Simple as that.
And that's exactly what our listeners should aim for. Try practicing little dialogues like this. Ordering food, asking for directions, simple daily interactions. Even 5 minutes helps build that muscle. Okay, as we start to wrap up this deep dive, if you could give our listeners just one final super quick tip, something they can literally do today to start thinking in English, what would it be?
My number one tip, start small. Seriously small. Don't feel pressured to think complex philosophical arguments in English right away.
Right.
Just begin by naming things. Look around you right now. Chair, lamp, window. Then maybe simple actions. I'm sitting. I'm listening. I'm breathing.
Tiny steps.
Tiny, manageable steps. Narrate the absolute basics. I'm eating. I'm walking. Just get the brain used to generating any thought directly in English, no matter how simple. Build from there.
That's brilliant advice. Actionable, not intimidating. Little steps, practice daily, really do add up. So what does this all mean for you, our listener, as you continue your English journey?
It means that this shift, thinking directly in English, it's not some impossible dream. With consistent, deliberate practice, it will start to feel natural. It becomes the default.
The new habit takes over.
Exactly. So maybe the final thought to leave you with is this. Consider how your brain already does this effortlessly in your native language. You don't translate thoughts into your native language, do you?
No, of course not.
Ideas just arise. So the question is, what one small intentional shift can you make today to start applying that same direct thinking process to English? What's the first tiny step you can take to unlock that fluency?